Hello my friends, welcome to the metal shop. Another Saturday here. Oh boy, what a difference a week makes. Last Saturday, if you remember, was rainy and about 59 degrees, didn't get over 60. Today is hot and muggy, it's going to be in the mid 90s. So we got the doors all shut today in the metal shop. It's cool in here for now, at least. So a couple of projects today. Start with a very small one, which is really just a dress up item. I'm changing out all of the hose clamps on the K&N air filter assembly for T-bolt clamps. And you see I've already changed this one here. Now really, you don't need this. These are they're about $7 a piece, almost $8 a piece. So it is, you know, 28 bucks for the whole thing. If you had a boosted application, obviously you would want something like this rather than this regular worm style clamp. But this is just a dress up item. I mean, look at these, look like auto parts store garbage. You know, they rust and corrode and they just look cheap. So I'm going to swap all mine out for nice stainless steel T-bolt clamps. One word of advice that I will give you is whatever size you need, say it's a, you know, 2.5 inch for the throttle body. You know, this is a 3 inch, if this is a 3.5 inch, whatever size you need, get the clamp that the range is, it's in millimeters. So if you need, you know, 89 or 90 millimeter, get the clamp with the high end of the range is where you want the clamp to be. I'm not really making sense here. But if you have a 90 millimeter radius, 89, 90 millimeter radius, get the clamp at the high end that matches that radius. Don't get it at the low end. Don't get it really in the middle or in between, because you're just going to have tons of slack of the bolt. Even this one, I think I'm going to swap this one out because I don't really like having this much thread sticking through. So again, get the range, get the clamp that's at the high end, the very absolute high end of your range, and you get a nice snug fit. I'm going to put these on and I will show you exactly what I'm talking about. Stand by. Oh yeah, one more thing. You don't have to take your whole system apart. Obviously, just undo the clamps. They'll come all the way apart, and you can remove them. And the T-bolt clamps, same way. You can take them all the way apart and then slip them over. So, you know, just to give you just a little added ease in installation. 5/16 for your crappy worm drive part store clamps. The new ones use a 10 millimeter. I use nut drivers to put them on and off. Alright, so really, you know, not necessary, just a little dress up. These T-bolt clamps are way nicer. Be careful, because you can crush the pipe. These things are super strong. The winners for me were the 95 to 103 millimeter here for the filter element, 83 to 91 here, and this is just holding it to a standoff to the engine, just kind of holding the pipe in place. And on the throttle body assembly for the 2.5 inch, 70 to 78 millimeters was the winner there. I wish there was a size in between. The next size smaller on the 2.5 really won't fit over the pipe, and there's not enough threads. This has too much threads in my opinion, kind of sticking out there. They're not in the way, you know, the throttle moves freely. You know, if it really bugs you, I guess you could cut them off. You could cut the threads off. You know, maybe I'll do that someday. Yeah, right. I should throw these old clamps away, but I'll probably be just like you and I'll throw them in the drawer and use them for some other project somewhere down the road. Okay, so on to the real reason that we're here today. I've been putting this off for a while. They've been ready for a couple of weeks now. I'm going to put the, what are they called? The Highrock 4x4 Element half doors by Bestop. Boy, that's a mouthful. So there's a lot of choices for the tubular half doors. They're all roughly the same exterior shape. You know, they follow the contours of, you know, the outside edge of the door, and then they come from here, you know, they travel down and they cut down to this body line here. So the basic outer dimensions are all the same. Just choose the style that you like. They all have a different interior bar design. I chose the Bestop brand. All the major manufacturers make them. I think Quadratech sells 5 different brands: Rancho, Body Armor, Rugged Ridge, Smittybilt. I mean, there's probably 10 other ones, all ranging in price from about $300 to $400. These were $335 for the doors, and I did buy the enclosures and had them painted. These were $153 a piece. So I'm going to read the instructions, because I think if you're installing just the tubular doors, you install the handles in the tubular doors, and then if you put these on, you take the handles off and install them in this. So I'm going to read the instructions for both first, but I wanted to show you a little unboxing here. This is nice, really nice packing. This is some kind of closed cell, squishy type of foam. This is not styrofoam. This will not, fall apart and pill. This is nice padding, nice packing. I'm definitely gonna hang on to this or something else. And they're in plastic. These things are in here nice. So this is, I believe this is going to be the driver's side door. So yeah, I just chose this because I liked the style. I like this style. That's all. Maybe you like a different one. Maybe you don't want to cover them up. Thousands of different options. So stand by. I'm going to read the instructions, and we're going to go from there. All right. So the important instructions to read are for the door enclosures, because first thing they say is to remove the handle, and most of the instructions for the actual door itself is about installation of the handle. So nice hardware included. I believe the door enclosures come with screws that are just a bit longer to accommodate, this is not very, this is, 1/16 of an inch, 3/16 of an inch thick. It's not very thick. Longer hardware. First thing we're going to do is cut some foam strips and put them on the inside of these little tabs here. So I'm going to do that. Okay, so the handles install with 4 Phillips head machine screws, 1032, held in place with 3/8 nylock nuts on the back side. Not really that challenging to get them all to line up. So yeah, lots of redundant hardware if you order the door enclosures. So I'm going to have lots of extra nice looking stuff. So I'm going to get both of these handles installed. Tedious little bit of work. Alright, so the only thing that really holds the door skin on is the handle, those hooks on the bottom, and the mirrors. Now I'm not running the mirrors because mine are mounted to the Jeep itself. So I am going to use the screws. Obviously, this thing is just loose in there. I did find, these were not included in the kit, I did find some washers that I had previously painted black just in my toolkit. Pays to save everything. They're a little bit too small, so I'm going to try and drill them out without destroying that homemade paint job on there. So we will continue on once I get that going. Okay, so I really wanted to point out and stress how well these things came packed. I mean, there's little rubber tips on the door pins to protect them, and there's this little plastic slide to cover. I mean, this is just for the door stop, the limiting strap. They include limiting straps in the kit as well, but I mean, they really want to make sure these things get to you in a really nice fashion. So we're kind of combining the instructions here. They do tell you to leave everything loose. I did put the mirror screws on. There's epic fail trying to drill those painted washers. If you ever want to remove paint from painted washers, put them in a vise and try and drill them. As soon as the drill catches, spins them, takes every scrap of paint off it. Haha. So I have these stainless ones on here for now. I was going to try and go to the hardware store and see if I could pick up some black, and then I realized that I actually have the green touch-up paint. So I took some stainless screws washers outside, painted them with the self-etching primer, and I'm going to I'm gonna hit them with the matching paint so that they're actually green. Why not? So like I said, we're kind of combining instructions at this point. What I need to do is I need to mount the dome light cancel switch. It's just a little flat piece, a little lever that bolts on to the inside of the door like so. There's a couple different locations depending on where your dome light is located. And then, so that is from the actual tubular door instructions. And then I have the seal for the enclosures that is from the enclosure instructions. And that seal is going to wrap around this outside edge completely. And give you a little bit of protection from the weather. I guess I should point out that that's what these doors, the tubular doors are designed to, obviously give you protection when you're out on the trails, in the case of an accident or a rollover. Tubular doors are going to keep you inside. These enclosures are just for looks, but they will keep the weather out, just a little bit, the, mud and dirt and water and stuff from flinging inside on you. So I'm going to mount the strike for the dome light and the weather stripping, which is just, I don't think I open this. No, this is all sealed. It's like a square profile. I can run the camera. It can focus. Anyway, yeah, whatever. It's a square profile. Sticks on with a nice quality 3M adhesive. So yeah, I'll get this going just for demonstration purposes. Cool. All right, so got the doors put together. They're ready to go on right here. I have the strike for the dome light. I'd had it, when I showed it to you earlier, I had it backwards. It goes like this. And you want to keep it loose because when it's in place, it's going to block your hook here for your door limiting strap. So let's leave that loose. We're going to hang the doors and see how we did. I got my assistant Brady Clark helping me. Show the door, Brady. They say to keep everything loose, but I already checked this just as a spoiler, and it works just fine. With no issues. So, come on around here, Bee. We're going to tighten this down. Oh, I just told you what to do, and I'm not following my own advice. We're going to put the limiting strap on first. Easy, easy. And tighten this down. I found that mine like to be oriented, pushed all the way in towards the door. And if it sticks out too far, your door won't close. So you'll figure that out quick enough. So watch out. We are going to hook the limiting strap on the inside here. Hard to see, I'm sorry, I know it's dark. Yeah. So there. And there you have it. I still need to install the weather stripping, so I'm going to stick that along the outside edge, and we'll give it another slam shut and see how we did. Cool. Just a couple of pointers for the seal. There's a better view of the profile, and you can see it's got like a little flappy edge here. That, they want you to align it to the outside edge here, starting at the back of the door like I am, and working your way around to the front of the door, one continuous piece. They say that you can cut it where it goes over the door pins. Yeah, you are going to have to cut just a little slit in it where it goes over the door pins, and of course the limiting strap that I just installed is right in the way. But you definitely want to align this flap pointing towards your vehicle to get you that seal. Cool. Alright, and with the installation of that seal, it goes around and the door shuts just fine even with the seal in place, because it's really just taking up this gap you know, you have this angle here. I mean, it's not it's not going to stop water from rolling in, you know, if you're going through a creek that's higher than your door. This is kind of a little janky, I guess. When it's not latched, it's kind of loose. Oh well. Comes with a key. I guess throw it in the glove box. I can't imagine how you would ever need it. I guess if you had, you know, upper doors, the upper soft doors or so on, but shuts no problem. That little seal kind of takes up the gap. I don't like how it's open here. It's open at the top. You know, that's going to allow dirt and schmutz and stuff to get in there. Maybe I'll just put just a tiny little drop of, you know, gasket sealer, or not gasket sealer, you know, weather strip adhesive in there and just kind of pinch it shut. That's probably the thing to do here and here, just for, you know, whatever, a clean installation. I'm going to install those painted washers again for a cleaner installation. My body man said, you know, the match was really good. You can see the difference, but that's because it's brand new and clean. He said buff the doors when they're on the Jeep and continue on from the doors, you know, buff through to here, you know, and buff up to here, and it will blend in perfectly. Overall, I am thrilled. Not really thrilled with that. It's kind of loose. Oh, there we go. No, well, you can adjust it. You can adjust the pin a little bit. Maybe I need to adjust that pin just a hair with a Torx, big Torx. We'll adjust that. I'm not sure. That probably only goes in and out, I'm guessing. I don't think it will go side to side. I'm not even going to mess with that. I'm trying to get that. It'll be broken, I'm sure. Well, I'll let you know. If they rattle and shake, rattle, and roll, we're going down the road. I got to do the other side still. So, yeah, lots more stuff to come. I plan on placing another large parts order here in the near future if everything goes as planned. And as always, my friends, I thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing. Give me a like if you're so inclined, and share this video with your friends. All right, my friends, take care. Bye-bye.